Welcome to Oregon Hot Rod.
Welcome to the Oregon Hot Rod Experience, where we're going to share information with you. We're going to show you our successes and our failures, our mistakes and our solutions. We'll go on adventures, we're going to build cars, we'll do shop projects, and we'll do a whole bunch more. But most of all, we're going to entertain you with reality and stupidity. So subscribe now and continue to watch the Oregon Hot Rod Experience.
Smash that like button and subscribe now.
Yeah, subscribe now.
Okay folks, we're on here with Oregon Hot Rod. So today I am getting the PW80 prepped out to put the engine in. I actually had two of these frames and bodies and stuff, and the one that I had on the previous videos, I started taking it apart and the frame on it's really trashed, and so I went out and I found my other frame and brought it in. So I tore everything off the other bike and everything off the other frame I had, and now I'm transferring parts around, cleaning up things and getting it ready to set the new engine in. So I mean, you can see I've got stuff laying everywhere here. The rear wheels off, there's the old frame right there, all tore to pieces. I've got parts over here on the side. I got the forks and everything, another box of parts over here, and this here is the new frame that I'm going to be assembling to put together. It's got good electronics on it and stuff. The other one had trashed out electronics, so we're gonna get that done. And you know, we've got the engine setting over here all ready to set back in the bike. And so plus it's this other frame has this longer extended out shock here, which is about 2 inches longer than the other shock, the stock shock. So in all that lifts this other bike, the forks are extended I think 3 inches, the shock is a couple inches longer, so it kicks the bike up about 3 or 4 inches altogether when it's all done, which is kind of an interesting conversion on this motorcycle here. So anyway, I'm gonna, right now I'm getting the rear swing arm cleaned up, and then we're gonna stick it on the bike, repaint it and stick it on the bike. So let's get her done. All right, so we got the handlebars sitting here drying. Painted them up. My granddaughter looked at them and says, I want them all shiny. They were all dull black, so I painted them all shiny for her. We got the swing arm repainted. We got it all locked back in there and stuff. Put a bushing in the shock absorber that was bad. Got the front end back on the bike. So we're starting to make headway on this thing. Next, I still have to clean up the rear tire over here. Get it all finished polishing up and stuff. It was covered with a whole bunch of paint and stuff. That was a bee to get off and stuff, but just a little hint. Xylol gets all that stuff off. It's a real slow drying thinner for paints and enamels, and so it works really good for getting spray paint off and everything. A little steel wool and you're in. My pile of leftover parts here. Maybe I'll grab some of the stuff off there, I'm not really sure yet. And more parts over here. There's the exhaust right there I'll be using. I got my choices of seats up on top of the rat rod there, and then I don't know, we might just go ahead and order up some plastics to finish this off and make it look really nice for her. So once again, there's the dang engine. Hopefully it's going to be a runner when we get all done. It's actually looking really, really cool. Okay, so I got the wheel cleaned up here. Now I just need to clean up the bearings and get this ready to stick on. Okay, so I got my floor jack here. I got the motorcycle propped up, and I'm going to try and set this engine up in here. Hopefully everything goes well. Jack this baby up here with the floor jack and try and get it on a couple of the bolts and see what we got. The trick here, you get the bottom one in first. And you slide the upper ones, slide the upper ones in. There we go. The engine setting in the frame. Yee-haw. Okay, so got the motor setting in here now. Just kind of got it bolted down a little bit, just temporarily, but I want to make sure that at least I have spark and compression. Well, I already know I got compression, but I want to make sure I have spark before I go putting everything all together here and getting all excited that my engine's all done. So what I want to do, I want to pull the spark plug out. I've hooked up the wires from the stator to the coil. Got my spark plug wire out here, and so I want to test the spark on the engine here. So what I've done is I've set this up here so that I can kick the engine over. I got my Kickstarter kicker on here, and I want to check the spark plug and see if we got spark. So let me bring it in here and let's see what we got. All right, see her? We have spark. All right, major hurdle taken care of there. So now we can put our spark plug back in and proceed with putting the rest of the perimeters on this engine, and let's get some throttle hooked up here and stuff. I did hook up the throttle, twister deal there, and so I've got all my little perimeters up here. We'll get our cables in here and slider for the carburetor, throw some gas to this thing, and or mix, I should say. Don't forget, we removed the fuel injection from this engine and we put in a straight mix. So when we put fuel to this, we don't put just straight gas in it now. Now we have to do a mix. And on the break-in, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do probably about a 32 to 1 mix on this rather than the normal 40 to 50 to one mix on it, because being a fresh engine, I want it to have lots of oil so that it gets broke in without being too messed up and stuff. Anyway, so put the carburetor back in, tighten up some bolts here, and get moving forward on this thing. So I want to get it started. I'm excited now. I want to hear this engine run. Okay, one thing you don't want to forget is on the oil elimination kit, it comes with a little plug off deal. That is going to go right there on the carburetor. It's just a little rubber cover here that slides right onto that part of the carburetor. So don't forget that, because that'll suck air in there and stuff. Now this here is a Chinese carburetor, aftermarket carburetor, and it also has these two inlets here. Now I got to figure out what these are all about, whether these are just extra or whatever and stuff. I got to do some checking on that. Then your fuel is up over in here. This is your fuel inlet. Your slider goes in here, your choke goes in here. So I'm still questioning about what these two are right here. If anybody knows, well, you probably won't be able to message me before you get this here video, but we'll figure it out and I'll let you know. So, all right. Okay, folks, so that ends today's session of Oregon Hot Rod and the PW80 project. So please be sure, if you like the videos, to subscribe, to hit the like button, do the notifications so you get future videos, and keep coming back to Oregon Hot Rod. Thanks.